Many times in our life, we encounter situations where the consciousness of our ego fades, and as a result, we turn our attention solely to the circumstances that surround us. We become a plaything of the various accidents that happen in our life. They are like a wave that, taking us from side to side, ends up drowning our most intimate reflections, such as who am I, why do I live, where am I going? What is the use of understanding the thousands of relationships in the outside world if I cannot understand this one reality that concerns me? The fundamental step that we must take is the same that philosophy took in ancient Greek times. The philosophers of that time sought a new sense of orientation in life, since the old one, from contemplating the physical universe, had failed. The new ordering principle was no longer in water, fire, or any physical object, but in the interior of the soul. The idea now is to order the soul and use it as a measure of the disorder of the outside world. Today, questions about our identity, about the reason for our existence in this world, about the existence of a God who will welcome us after that life, are all relegated to oblivion. We are too busy looking too hard for performance, looking to be able to pay the bills at the end of the month. The payment ritual offers psychological relief from not having to face the despair of debt. Even the sense of work has been lost. We no longer work for a greater moral duty that transcends us, but we work for, work. What we can conclude so far is that we have conquered the world, but we have lost our soul's sense of direction. Many would say that the concept of soul is outdated, out of fashion, that there's no more room for this type of discussion, taking into account the triumphant progress of the sciences and the materialist conception according to which our thoughts, desires, and afflictions would be reduced to the dictates of matter. These are all neural processes in the brain. The brutal scientific progress of recent times leads us to conclude that one day we will be able to explain all mental phenomena by physical means, by scientific means. The mistake of this hope is to be innocent enough to want to apply the scientific method to objects that are not part of the field of science. This attempt shows that when science dares to exceed its limits of action, it does nothing but bad metaphysics, or rather, a lame metaphysics. Scientists of recent times have abandoned religions, or rather, any perspective that tries to introduce some non-physical reality. The result of this is the creation of a new type of religion known as Scientism. Scientism is the view that all true knowledge is scientific knowledge, that there's no rational and objective form of investigation that is not a branch of science. The problem with this new religion, which has attracted countless adherents lately, is that it is self-defeating. The claim that scientism is true is not in itself a scientific claim. It's not something that can be established using scientific methods. Science needs to rely on several philosophical assumptions, such as there is an objective world external to the minds of scientists, this world is governed by causal regularities, and so on. In an attempt to break with the scientific and metaphysical tradition of the ancients, modern science replaced everything with a new kind of ideology, which tries in every way to imitate the excellence of its predecessors, but which in the end is just a sad and arrogant daughter. The rediscovery of this ego that is within all of us is part of a new take on civilization. It's to treat human beings in their entirety, not just as an instrument for the market, or as a set of molecules invisible to the naked eye, but as a significant substance in the nature created by a creator.